Hello all and welcome, and I am the MGTOW Philosopher, and this is an excerpt from my podcast. I don't post my podcast here on YouTube because the material itself is for the most part too controversial and offensive for some people. Hence, why I simply post some of the more tame excerpts here. To hear my podcast in its entirety, you're going to have to check out the links below. You can follow my podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, or simply follow me on Twitter, where I'll post a notification whenever I release a new podcast. You'll find the links both in the description and in a pinned comment in the video's comment section. Anyhow, without further ado, let's get to the subject at hand, shall we? And let's start with post number 1 that I'm going to review. It's a game to her, and I'm her pawn. Yeah, if these posts and my replies to them don't red pill you, nothing will. Last night, like many nights, I planned to initiate things when my wife and I went to bed after an evening of laughs, wine, and Vietnamese food. Even in marriage, you're taking this broad out and spending money on her, and he still can't get any. And like normal, when she gets into bed, she goes straight to her phone. Oh my God. Yeah, the phone is her lover. So I roll over, sigh, and fall asleep. Oh, you pathetic loser, you. What are you even doing married to this broad? Just divorce this cunt already. Why are you still there, you pussy? Why would you tolerate that? You know, marriage is supposed to bring sex. I don't give a fuck what these feminists say when they say, marriage doesn't entitle you to anything. Bullshit. If it doesn't entitle me to anything, then what the fuck am I doing it for? Disgusted again. Naturally, part of me thinks she might wake me up when she's done on Facebook or whatever other crap she prioritizes to get intimate. Nah, why would she do that? I mean, you're already doing everything she wants. You're spending money on her. You're probably like a fool paying all the rent. And you're taking out to dinners and wine and all that. And she didn't have to have sex with you. Dude, once a woman gets married, that's it. You know, her 20s are gone when she's an older broad. When she gets married, sex is not important, okay? This is the majority of broads, all right? They don't enjoy sex like we do, okay? So generally speaking, they just use it to get you to sign the contract. How you didn't know that, I have no idea. Clearly, you're naive. He goes on to say, I have no idea why I still hope for this. I guess he's talking about sex. What the hell is wrong with me? You're a pussy. You're going to ask the question, I'm going to answer it. I mean, you don't like the answer. You probably shouldn't ask the question because you already have a fair idea of what is wrong with you, and that's that you're a pussy. Anybody that would tolerate this is a fucking wimp. A pussy whip wimp. Anyway, at 5 a.m. I woke up, move over to her side and spoon her. For over half an hour of kissing her neck, rubbing her thigh, massaging her lower back, I get no response. Why would you? You're doing this and you're not demanding anything and you're continuing to do it, okay? You know, I'm a very, very much a firm believer that we teach people how to treat us, okay? By letting them know what's acceptable and not in terms of their behavior toward us. So if you're giving her massages and she gives you nothing back, but you continue to give her massages, you're reinforcing the belief in her mind, the true belief that you'll get massages and she doesn't have to give you anything in return. That in fact, not giving you anything will get her massages. That's what you're telling her. You're teaching her how to treat you. So I get up, go downstairs fuming mad, drink some coffee, watch some sports highlights, and then at 7 a.m., I go back to have a shower. When I get to the bedroom, she wakes up and said, have you been up since 5? You left me? Dude, it's all about her. She's a narcissist. She is a malignant narcissist. She only cares about herself. Your needs, your wants don't matter. And by the way, this is the majority of women. The majority of women these days are so entitled that they are malignant narcissists. Look it up. Google it. This actually happened. This is the sort of fucked up situation that I found myself in, that you've put yourself in. You've let her know what's acceptable. You see, women are like little kids, okay? They push the boundaries to see what they can and can't get away with and what kind of behavior they will and won't be rewarded for. You know, like how a kid will cry and stamp its feet and then you'll give them a fucking lollipop or a cookie. Well, that's what she's doing. She's not giving you sex and you're rewarding her with back rubs. That's it. What are you thinking, pal? Of course she's not going to give you sex. You're reinforcing the lack of sex with goodies, with rewards. I can't do this anymore. Edit. Venting has its merits. Not really. Not really. It's just a way to avoid doing what would actually do some good in your life and in your relationship, but you're too much of a pussy, to actually do something. So instead you come here onto this forum and vent. It's beneficial in the fact that one can express first. I love how men try to essentially rationalize being pussies. It's beneficial for me to come here and vent because I can express my frustration from a purely emotional standpoint. Emotional standpoint? You're a man! What are you talking about your emotions for? Do something, you pussy! This is the problem with guys that are in their 30s and younger. They don't understand. You're not an emotional being. You're a man. Okay? You're a motherfucking man. And you have logic and you have discipline. You control your motherfucking emotions. They don't control you and you're not an emotional being. You're not a woman, pussy boy. Well, actually, maybe you are. Maybe you are more like a woman than a man. He goes on to say, it's evident, though, that many of your responses certainly will help with some self-reflection. What is this self-reflection crap? Do something about it. Self-reflection. I take some responsibility in having my dead bedroom, for sure. Yet in the moment I had to vent, just had to. Oh yeah, you pussy. You're apologizing now for venting. You're a pussy. Pussy, pussy, pussy. A pussy who can't get pussy from his own wife. That's, oh my God, that makes you a double pussy. Pal, you need to put your foot down. You've given away all the control by rewarding bad behavior, okay? And if she doesn't have to give you something, she's not gonna. To her, obviously, sex is nothing more than an effort. It's effort. She's clearly got very little energy. She's lazy, like your typical woman. She doesn't have to do anything to get rewards from you. And you've continued to give her rewards, even though she's not giving you anything. And it doesn't sound like you complain very much. You just run downstairs and stamp your feet and watch sports and you fume and do nothing. And then you come to forums like this and you vent and you fume and you do nothing. I mean, pal, I'm sorry to have to be this harsh with you and this abrasively, brutally honest, but you are a fucking pussy creating all sorts of excuses to avoid some kind of conflict, some kind of confrontation with your little tiny wife. Or maybe she's not so tiny. I don't know. Maybe that's why she's so lazy and has no energy. Maybe she's a fat pig. I have no idea. But what I do know is that you're not acting like a man and you have no hand. You have no control in the relationship. So here's what you need to do. You need to take control of you. You don't have to control her. You shouldn't want to control her, but you should want to control yourself. If I were you, I would say to her, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to control you. I don't want to tell you what to do. But if you continue acting this way, I will leave. Not trying to control you. I'm going to control me. I'm going to control my life. I don't want to be in this situation where somebody's treating me this way, so you can continue to deny sex to me and do these things that are disrespectful to me and cruel. Fine, continue to do them, but you'll do them without me here. All right? So that's how you frame it. You frame it in a way that you are the one in control of you, because right now she's in control of you, and you're letting her be in control of you as you give her fucking back rubs. You pussy! So that's what I think about your situation. So get some balls, go fish them out of her wallet, stick them back in your sack, if you still have one, sew that puppy up, and use those fucking balls. And be a man. And that's it. To hear the rest of this, and to listen to many other And that's it. To hear the rest of this podcast, and to listen to the many other podcasts in my content library, feel free to visit my SoundCloud or iTunes channel. Again, the link is in the description as well as in a pinned comment. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to follow me here on YouTube. Also, keep an eye out for a live stream that'll be happening once a week in the future. And if you'd like to support my channel, please follow me on Patreon and kick me a few bucks a month if you feel so inclined. I'm currently making no money from my podcast, so any support you guys can offer, it helps a lot, and it's greatly appreciated. And by the way, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I am the real MGTOW Philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.